This car originated on the West Coast, was there for a lot of years, and then went to Halifax for a couple of years.
You never had it started?
I've never started it, but the guy I got it from had driven it for about a year, then took it in for the floors and never drove it again afterwards.
There's some stuff living in there, maybe.
Is there something in there?
Well, it's just, yeah.
I was going to take them off.
It's
anyway.
not good, but whatever's there. But she is in contact, that's for sure. She got a little going on. I see the floor where you're talking now, the floor's all rotted out of her.
Oh, yeah, it's bad, especially on that side. This side had been replaced, but it sat so long outside, I believe it just needs to be replaced again, really.
I don't know. It needs to be replaced again, it needs to be sandblasted. But
This
then again,
side-
it might be need, yeah.
Actually, it isn't as bad as I thought, but...
They're not finished, are they?
No.
Back there, they're not finished.
But I keep thinking about your car and this car, and if you're going to do what you showed me, you'll probably use the interior in that car, won't it? Have you thought about it? Because this interior sucks, but it could be...
Yeah, this interior sucks, he said.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Basically what I mean, just thinking, this door is shot over here.
Oh, is it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's shot. Well, it's just shot on the bottom, like as soon as you strip paint off, you're into fixing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dash pad is loose, needs to be replaced. It's kind of misshapen.
Okay.
There's a fender that was off of it, and it's off of this side.
It doesn't look bad.
No,
It doesn't look bad. I mean, for an old fender, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, not that I can see anything's been welded on it on this side.
The door on this side, something's happened to it. And these are the panels for the floor that are, they're all supposedly the floor pans, but I don't know if it's all there or not. Can you see what the trunk is like?
Trunk lids. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Pretty good. How does this look over here? Not bad. Okay, they put a piece in there. That's not bad. You got a piece on this side. So both doors are pretty well torched, I guess. The other door's torched just like that one. How long you got it sitting here?
I put it in here last spring, or last fall.
Okay.
It was, I have a lean-to at back that was
Right.
in there for a year or two. And then down here, I got crippled up and I couldn't crawl under it or do things with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of hoping I'd get healthy and be able to.
Are you coming back around now?
I'm getting better. It's my
Good.
knees are the worst. I had an issue with bowel blocks, blah blah blah. I had a bunch of surgery last fall and it kind of just made me want to sit around.
I can't say, I can't say, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Some caught on fire, I think, is what happened there.
Yeah.
Don't you? Looks like, or there's stream heat coming from the carburetors. I don't know what that is. It looks to me like there'd been a fire at one time, but I didn't see any other sign of it anywhere.
The old fenders don't seem to be too bad on it, you know? Don't seem
No,
to
I
be
think
too
they're pretty
bad
good,
on it.
really.
I want to pull your side a little bit.
You'd have to do your magic with my stuff.
What you got for a rear end?
I don't know. Oh, is this rear end?
Yeah.
That's for that Plymouth up there, the 49 Plymouth.
Okay.
The guy was advertising the whole thing with brakes and everything for $50.
And you had to have it?
Well, and then there was a starter and there was something else. I did. I don't
I
know.
had to have these.
I don't know why. I'll never use it. I just figured it could go with the car.
We've got some stuff on the, we've got some, but, I don't know what to say, you know what I mean, like. Another transmission here, is that transmission for this car?
No, that's for that Plymouth.
Okay. You got more stuff back there we need to see?
Well, there's boxes of parts for this car, which I don't know if we You know, everything's supposed to be here. Yeah, there's some motorcycles here you might be interested in.
Now I'm going to stop and look at your music collection.
That's not mine.
Okay.
That was my family's when we cleaned the house out. That was some of the crap. If you see anything you like, you're welcome to it.
Well, I might be here picking through records on there. Can you get through there, sweetheart? You want me back through the other way?
Watch out for this. It's really sharp.
Yeah.
This place is a street size. It is my house.
It is you.
That's the 49 Enfield. You know a guy named Russ Major was from Centerville, I think.
Okay.
That was his bike. He used to ride that everywhere. That's a 49. Neat little bike. Really neat little bike.
They make them in the exact same configuration still today, do they not?
They do so. That's the very bike. They got the dies and everything, and they build them. Yeah, like you say, they've modernized some of them. Like they've got fuel injection and different things like that now.
Right.
But they made them more dependable, is what they did. It's a nice little bike.
Yeah. I like it. It's nice.
And that bike I bought new in 1970, and it's sort of custom a bit, you know. So.
What is it?
That's a Norton.
Okay.
A 70 Norton Commando.
I like the pipes on it.
Yeah, they came with high pipes like that. This bike was a roadster with upswept,
Yeah.
but I really like that configuration, so I thought, well, when I could afford it, I bought them. It's a nice little bike. These bikes only weigh 410 pounds, you know, and they've got pretty good horsepower. And
What was you doing with this one?
oh, that's my daily rider.
You ride that?
I haven't ridden it for a bit. That's a 450 Honda 71.
Okay.
And I have no idea what kind of condition it's in. I bought it, tried to get it started, couldn't give up. But the guy I got it from had been riding it. He messed up the ignition timing or something, and I just haven't gotten to it. I was going to buy transistor ignition.
This is cool.
This is a nice bike.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I like the pipes like they get it done. It's nice. What did you get over here?
Well, that's an AJS.
What the hell's an AJ?
Well, it's an old British single-cylinder motorcycle, and I always wanted a big single. And I bought this before I bought that one out there. Like, that's all AJS parts in there. I can build two of them, really. I need a couple of wheels, but I can make two out of them. So I'm hoping before I die, I'll get one done anyway.
Okay.
You know, like that. But that stuff all goes with that car. There's the seat, that seat,
Okay.
and this and that. Your car had beauty rings on it, I think. This one came with them.
I think it had little baby moons on it.
It does, but I think it has the beauty rings as well around the perimeter. But I'm not sure. But this is all, well, not that, but
Some of it's parts for the car.
yeah. And from what he told me, I should have everything you need except some of it's old and needs to be replaced.
Yes.
You know, door cards, they're here somewhere. They need to be replaced. They're as bad as the seats. Actually, they're underneath there. The interior is just I mean, if you could use the seats and redo them,
Well, obviously the seats could be redone. Obviously, they have the framework and all that stuff. It's just
yeah.
the time and money to get them
Exactly, yeah. And that's not cheap
done.
anymore.
No, it's not. Everything is kind of actually raised, like, you know, quite a bit. You know,
I
obviously.
figured, yeah, what I'd do, I was just going to get a set of bucket seats I liked
Yeah, throw in it.
and put it in it. Because, I mean, that car will be my daily driver all summer. I don't care what it looks like or anything, just as long as it's safe and sound, you know, that kind of thing is what my intention was.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, what I was thinking before we came down here, this is just a thing I don't even know, you know, if I sold you or give you the car that we have, you give me the car that you have, and you give me my money back for what I paid for the car. So
it
it'll
would
be $6,000 plus
$6,000.
plus that car. And from what I'm looking at, you wouldn't take long to spend $6,000. I don't even know if you'd be where the other little car is.
You're probably right, yeah.
Well, like just put an interior in it and fixing the rust work, you'd probably be past what I'm asking for the other car.
Yeah, I was going to do the floors and stuff myself, but that doesn't mean it's not going to cost me money, you know. And I imagine I was going to have a buddy that's really good be involved. So, that's sort of where I figured you had to go. You know, I
Well,
didn't think you had a choice.
Well, that's what
If
I
you
was
want to do a
thinking.
deal, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. That's a nice car.
Well, I just have a chance to, you know, we have the car, we're going to customize it. I'm not sure what it would take. Like, I know what it's going to take. It's going to take a bunch of work to get that one to where that one is.
It would, yeah.
But we are starting from ground zero, which is a good place to start.
For your show, it would be. Wouldn't
Well,
it?
I mean, ground zero, I'm talking about money-wise
I see. Yeah.
on that car.
Yeah.
Like, we'd be starting with an old car, like, and you would have something that you could probably get in and drive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know you could, because
Oh, yeah.
it ran good that day, didn't it?
It sure did. I watched the video. And, you know, I'm watching that video. I think it was about an hour after you posted it. And when he says we'll have to siphon the gas out, I'm yelling, no, there's a plug in the, you know, I'm yelling at the computer. There's a plug in the, anyway, he found it.
He did, yeah. And all it came out was dust.
Oh, really?
There was no fuel in it.
The gauge was wrong.
Yeah, there was no fuel in it. So once we put some gas in it,
Yeah.
it fired, took right off. And I think they were going over it, like everything seems to work. You know what I mean? Like the wipers worked. What?
The lights worked.
All the lights worked.
Yeah, the lights are on in one of
the wipers worked. All that stuff worked. So it's a good thing. The guy was honest that sold to me.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yeah. Well,
that was a good thing.
do you want to look under that car more, or can you tell from the top, or what?
I know that the car needs a floor in it because I can just tell. Like,
Yeah.
It needs a floor because you can see on this side where you jack it, that jack thing's gone.
Yeah, I went to jack it up, change the tire, and realized I can't do that. I was down on my knees, and it takes forever to get up and down, so I thought, to hell with it.
Yeah.
I'll get someone else to do it.
Is the frame good in it though?
Well,
It's
see, that's
unibody.
something. Another thing too. What I was.
The only frame to them is the perimeter, where the floor is attached and the door sill's attached. Like that's
Right.
it.
Right. So
And-
it's a unibody. The frame goes back about that far on the floor.
Yeah.
Below your feet.
Yeah.
And I was probably going to jump into that because if we're going to do what I'm thinking I want to do, I'm probably going to tie it together. If you know what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to make
Like the one I watched you do on TV. You
Probably.
added,
made a complete chassis.
actually, the one that was in the shop that you showed me inside your paint shop.
Yeah.
You had done a really nice job on that, and that's what I would do too. Exactly what you did.
Yeah. Just make a floor for it.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go back out. I'll just take another look at that bad boy. Don't mind me. I looked around. There was something catch my eye. See.
The only, I'm having difficulty finding the paperwork for that. I
Yeah.
haven't, but I've got so much crap everywhere. I haven't found it yet.
You've
I have an ownership still in his name, with the same situation
Yeah.
you have,
yeah.
in John Barr's name, and I can't. I'll find it.
Can I go down underneath there? I want to go down.
Yeah, that's why. That's if you want.
I want to go down and take a look.
Yeah.
It's called rust work.
Yeah, I know.
But I think, I'm not sure that it might even. Oh, the rear end's got a good place to hang on to. That's the main thing. Yeah, the floors are obviously shot.
On the other
You
side.
see this stuff here, like this big quarter thing would have to be, you know, he'd probably-
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's the door shut on this side, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's not bent yet. Much.
No. Yeah.
Switches on the end.
I'll give you that. What I am impressed on is that the fenders seem to be in pretty decent shape. That's what I'm impressed with. Like it's weird. Like the fenders, like they almost seem to be maybe even a little better than
I agree. Yeah.
what
Yeah. Like the one that's off. I mean, there's maybe some
the
surface.
doors are shot. Or they're to be desired for. I'm not saying shot, but desired.
There's work you need to do on
They
them, no
need
doubt
work,
about it. Yeah.
But I, you know, what do you think?
It's up to you.
Yeah. If like you want the car, that's what I would do. And like you said, the only reason I got it going because it might It might make you feel like you have to have it.
It did.
I wasn't trying to get more money out of you. I was just saying you might have to have
Well,
it.
I was surprised to see it, and no, he's changed his mind. Yeah.
No, I mean, you're like,
You have a good look at this, because I don't want to give you something or do a deal that you're unhappy with. Because I think I would give you the $8,000 in this car.
just a minute now.
$6,000.
Just, yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would pay for the car, and then we would get this one. For me, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking, yeah. So you think you would do that deal?
Yeah, because I wanted one to drive. Like, this was the first car I ever owned. When I was 16, I had one of these.
Yeah, okay.
And I've always wanted one again. My cousins, everybody's got one except me. I have one, but I can't drive it. And I'm getting old, and I can afford to do it, I think. And I think it would make sense to give this to somebody who can do something with it, instead of me pissing away with it for the next few years, you know, and never getting anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And then you get to enjoy the other one.
Exactly, yeah. And the other one, from what I saw, there was a little bit of rust here and there, and I thought, I'm not worried about that. That's easy to fix,
Yeah,
if you want to.
I don't even know. I don't know. It's up to entirely
No,
up to you.
I don't want to paint it.
But you know, as soon as you start spending money on it, where you know how that goes, like
Yeah,
you
I
really
do.
can.
And this car, the guy told me the motor worked really well in it, and I checked the oil. The oil's clean as a whistle.
Okay.
Not to say that it's like he told.
Yes.
I trusted this guy. I bought one car from him before.
I can't see anybody taking a car to a body shop and asking them to put a floor in it when the motor didn't work.
Well, no,
I can't see that, but
no, I can't either. That's why it's sitting here.
Yes.
Anybody I talked to said, get it running and brakes so before you bring it over.
yeah. And this car needs brakes, obviously.
Yes, it does. The shoes on it, what happened when I got it here, it was, front left was seized, and so when I took it off, what happened, the shoes were so old, the linings fell off from on
Okay.
that one, and I assume the whole thing is like that. I would assume it is, yeah. He didn't tell me of any bad things that it had, you know, he said he drove it, he liked to use it, and then, like I say, he took it somewhere to get the floor done, and the guy did half, and then
Yep.
needed space. There's a battery box upstairs
Right.
that he had made for it, and at some point, I'll make, if we do this, I'll make an effort to find the paperwork for it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You try to find your paperwork, and you gather up some things, and we'll make the deal.
Okay.
Do you want to shake on it now?
Yes,
or?
I do.
Shake on it.
Do
Cool.
you want a deposit?
No.
No, you're okay.
No, this is the deposit. We'll come when we trade. We'll get this, and
And
we'll do
if
the
you
deal.
want, I have a friend that would be willing to move this up to your place and pick that one up, or,
that'd be fantastic. You want to do that?
well, I thought it might make it easier for you.
It would. It
And-
would. It means traveling. It means money. It means a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah,
So if you're willing to put this on a trailer and
Yeah,
bring it
yeah.
up and take the other one home,
I will.
let's do it.
Okay. And, I don't know how quickly, how soon do you need that car to begin your project, the next day or two, or you're okay for a couple of days?
Yeah, we're gonna be okay for a bit because we started that coupe. We're gonna be going on that.
Okay.
But yeah, get it geared up whenever you know. If you want that car.
It'll be this week,
Okay, cool.
and,
I'm happy you're getting it because you want it.
I do, and it takes me back to when I was 16.
I'm happy that we have something to work on. You know what I mean? That's what we're basically needing, something to work on.
Hopefully this is no worse than you've seen. I mean, you've looked at it fairly carefully, but if you
Yeah.
wanna look at it again, you know.
Yeah. There's so many things you're gonna miss when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
That you're gonna find like it. I basically know that it's rusty underneath.
Mhm.
We'll fix that. I'm thinking that. I'm liking that the fenders are in good shape. We're probably gonna end up. Anyways, we'll do the deal, and then we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah, I'll be
We're looking
interested in
here.
watching that you do this kind
I
of.
don't want you to copy and do the same thing.
I'm not gonna do anything. But I did like the photos that you showed me of what you were,
Planning?
will you use the same drivetrain? Are you
I
gonna
probably would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And another thing I'm thinking too with that, your frame is not bad in this car actually.
No, I
The
know.
little sub rail that come out. Yeah, we'll deal with that out. But I'm gonna probably connect that to the back
Mhm.
and make it a little stronger of a car, hopefully.
So you can race it around.
So Wayne can race it around.
You won't, they're not, I mean, I don't know how much horsepower, that's a 1600 cc engine.
Yeah.
The next year they went to 1800 cc, and I used to fiddle around with another guy that had one, and this motor was quicker.
Oh, is that
It
right?
might have been the gearing, but
Okay.
you know, it was. But then again, you're not going very fast in an old Volvo anyway.
1997. It was on the road last.
Is that a Nova Scotia sticker?
Yeah, 1997, Nova
Yeah.
Scotia.
See, I've had this car, well, I said a couple of years, but it's longer than that. And John had it for about 4 or 5 years. He bought it from an engineer that bought it new in the West Coast. I think all the paperwork reflects that.
Okay.
And what was done at the times. And it ended up in Halifax and he bought it.
Alrighty then.
Cool. Well, that's good. I have one of these and you don't.
What's that?
Whatever that is.
A voltage inverter.
Yeah, it must be for the radio. They wanted 12 volts for
Okay.
the radio or something. Yeah. Anyway,
Cool.
and SU cards are pretty easy, especially if you go online and see how to rebuild them.
I enjoy your bikes too. They're nice.
They are, aren't they?
They're there.
Can I see the hood back down?
You want to see the hood back there?
There's a little latch there on mine. I didn't
see
notice
that.
it on yours. To hold it up.
Yeah. Is this also a 61?
It's a 61, yes. Yeah. That's why they're so similar. Well, they were all the same, basically. The only difference really is the engine size.
You're getting a shiny red Volvo.
I bet you that would polish up really nice, except that door on that side is kind of funky. But
yeah. Just that. Yeah.
just you know, if it were me, and because I was never going to paint it, I figured it would just be what it was.
Cool. Do we want this? Sweetheart? You want that?
Mm-hmm.
It's still raining there.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Alrighty, so we'll see you this week sometime.
Yeah, I'll give you a call. I've got your number and the number you called on, and I'll arrange with Jim to. He said there's only one day this week you can't do it, so we'll.
Your friends probably think the same thing. He's not getting that car now.
Those guys, I haven't talked to them for a bit, so. Well, what day?
That was last week.
We went to the car show after. I saw your
Okay.
bike hauler car there.
Right?
Okay.
You came in after we did, I guess, and but I didn't see you anywhere. I was looking at the car that Derek Wood has now.
Yeah.
That he said a friend was rebuilding it or getting it ready, and then passed, and
Give it
Derek
to him,
ended
yeah.
up with it.
Yeah. Beautiful, eh?
That's a beauty, yeah.
Yeah.
Those Austins of his are interesting too.
Yeah.
You know, he's a
Yeah.
funny guy.
I like Derek. He's good.
He's a good guy.
Anytime he needs something, he comes by. We'll make sure to see if we got it or something for him or not. You know what I mean? The hubcaps or
Is that right?
oh yeah, just anything. We trade back and forth. You give me that little Austin car, like the.
I
Ford
saw
or
that video, yeah.
You give me the
Yeah.
car, so
Yeah.
it's a back and forth deal, which is good.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
He always has been. Yeah. But that MGTV is something else.
It's
I mean,
beautiful. I did actually was started a little bit of work on that car because it was a guy over the top of the mountain. I started to work on the chassis, and then I told him I couldn't do anymore. And then I went to the guy over in Port Williams.
Oh.
I did the chassis work on it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I started it, and then I told him like I couldn't really do anything more because I was getting a bit busy.
Yeah.
And he moved on.